USDA's Farm Service Agency is fully focused on implementing the 2018 Farm Bill, but is playing catch-up after the 35-day government shutdown. However, with the need for a farm safety net more critical than ever, they're working overtime to get the programs out. Michelle Rook has more.
USDA officials are optimistic about rolling out new farm programs. Despite the government shutdown, they had worked on draft language even before the Farm Bill was signed into law.
That'll just kind of scrunch up our timeline a little bit, compress it, but we should be in good shape from an implementation standpoint.
USDA will have less money to administer farm programs than with previous bills, although there are also fewer changes.
Congress has given us $15.5 million to implement this farm bill, which sounds like a lot of money, but the last farm bill we had, I'm told, $100 million.
Beam says the dairy program will be the first to be rolled out, with sign-up to start June 17th. And the new dairy margin coverage program is an improved safety net.
The premiums are going to change. The payment structure is going to change, as in you can increase the coverage with that.
The other modification is under the Ark County program. Payments will now be made based on RMA versus NASS yields. This won't fix all the disparities in payments from county to county,
but hopefully it gives us a more accurate reading of what's actually happening.
And he says by 2021, farmers will be able to annually choose between ARC and PLC. Rules are also being written for the CRP program, as the acreage cap will go from 24 to 27 million by 2023.
Some of that was prescriptive in the legislation, as far as the number of acres that would be devoted to continuous, the number of acres that would be devoted to grasslands.
And other conservation programs like EQIP and CSP stayed status quo, as well as livestock disaster programs.
Farmers in the region are anxious for new farm programs with the continued pressure on commodity prices. Michelle talked with one North Dakota farm group leader.
Joining us is Randy Melvin. He is president of the North Dakota Corn Growers Association. You're also on the National Corn Growers Association, working right now on Farm Bill implementation. Get us up to date on some of the things we're going to see in terms of those changes on ARC and PLC.
One of the things that did stress is the PLC yield update will not happen until 2020. So we're delaying that one, but with implementing that and getting some calculators out there for producers to make the best decision they can, that's going to take a little time for producers to have that opportunity to, but also give us time to get our information figured out to make the right decision.
But ARC will be figured the yields on RMA data, right?
Yes, on RMA data, and that is one of the questions we asked USDA. Are we going to be having apples to apples comparison with RMA data for your benchmark and for your actual yield? And yes, they confirmed that we are going to have an apples to apples. Now, if you're in a county where they don't have enough RMA data, then yes, I'll go back to NASS data or the county committee. Any
changes in crop insurance?
There was no cuts to crop insurance, which we're very, very thankful for. And, there may be a couple tweaks with research. The one thing coming up that USDA is going to have to do is they're on a rotation of doing re-ratings for the crop insurance. So that is something that'll be taking place this summer, this fall. So, and with the low loss ratio years we've had the last few years, that should help the re-rating for corn.
Talk about some of the state issues that you're working on here with the legislature.
Yeah. The North Dakota corn growers, we've been really keying on. There's a property rights bill we've been watching. There's a farmstead property tax bill right now that's going to kind of help clarify what non-farm and farm income is. Because right now in the North Dakota law is if you have $40,000 of off-farm income, you don't qualify. But the problem is with the tax changes that happened last year, if you go to trade a piece of farm equipment, combine, tractor, that counts as off-farm income, the value of that trade. So when that's technically a part of your farm. So there's some tweaks that do need to be done from the state legislature standpoint. So we're following that.
Thanks for joining us. That is Randy Melvin, who is president of the North Dakota Corn Growers Association.